Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode. We talked about creating models and we've created the inquiry model. Now we want to see how we can use this inquiry model to create a new database record for the inquiries table. So I'm going to reduce this so that we can have it side by side. We go back to our page. So if you come to our contact us form, remember this is our famous contact us form. And if we fill the name, for example, autocomplete, I am interested in learning, for example, Laravel. How do I start? So this is a typical user who is saying that they're interested in learning Laravel and how do they start. And if we submit the contact us form, what we want to do now is we want to take all of this information, the name, the email, and the message, and insert it into our inquiries table, right? Our inquiries table. And remember, our inquiries table has a name, an email, and a message. So what we want to do is we want to first of all go to our we want to go to our controller because that's where we're going to do the work. So app HTTP controllers and public controller. We can reduce this. So this is where we have everything. In this case now, we have been able just to show a DD of it. If we comment this DD out, we save it and we just refresh. You see, okay, it's an empty page just to be sure that we're in the right place. So we now need to tell Laravel that I want to insert all of these records, right? I want to insert all of these records into the database. I want to create a new database table, or sorry, I want to create a new database record and insert all of this name, email, message. If you've done MySQL, normally it will look something like this. It will look something like this. Insert into, right, inquiries, and then name, email, message, right? Values, a particular name, email, for example, message. This is what you're going to write normally in SQL. I'm going to comment this. So this is going to be the regular SQL part that you've been able to write. The name, the email, the message. But with Laravel, since we said that the way you can interact with a database table is by using the model. It means that we can use the inquiries model. So first thing is we have to create an object from that inquiry model. We say inquiry is equal to new inquiry, right? So we have created a new object of type inquiry, right? So next thing is every object has the property. So if we say inquiry to name, right, is the validated data name. So we're saying that rather than writing all of this SQL, this name is this name, right? And this one is from here. So we're saying that there's a field called name and we want to assign it a value, which is the validated data for name. Same thing we're going to do for inquiry, email, right? Is validated data, email. And same thing for message. Then we have done this and we have been able to create, or we've been able to assign in the fields. So there's a database column called name, you give it a value name. There's a database called email, give it a value this. There's a database column called message, give it a value this. And at this point, we have not yet told Laravel that, okay, we are done. Now execute this command, right? So for us to do that, we need to do inquiry. So this is like going to be the last step, save. So once you do inquiry save, you're going to now run an SQL command that is going to run literally something like this, right? It's going to run something like this. So if we save this, and we normally first of all have to check our database is empty, right? So if we save this again, we come here and then we refresh, right? And we say continue. Nothing happens, right? But we'll come to our database and we refresh our database again. Oh, okay, nothing happens. Cool. So the reason why nothing is happening is this DD stops execution at this point, right? So anything after this is not going to be executed. Sorry about that. So we're going to take this DD, we're going to cut this DD and take it down, right? We cut this DD and we're going to take it down here after this and then we paste it here. So if we save this and we come back and then we refresh our page, and then we come here and we refresh our MySQL, we see that it has created the record, right? A record has been created that has my name, has my email, has the message, and an automatic, they has created automatically, they created at and they updated at. So I'm recording this video at 4:45 and it's showing that I'm recording this video at 5:45, but this is a UCT time. I am at GMT +1. So this has created a record that and that, right? So what we can do now is we say after this record has been created, we want to redirect back. So if we say return redirect back, it means that we're saying that anytime that once we are done executing this, it should return redirect back. So if we come here and we refresh this, it takes us back here, right? It returns redirect back. And if we refresh this, we'll see that another record has been created. So it means that every time we create this record, we say my name is, let's say, John Doe, right? John Doe at mailer.co, right? And then this is another message here and there. For example, immediately it will contact us, and then we come and refresh the page. We can actually see that a record for John Doe has been created. If we come here, we'll say Mary Ann, and then Mary Ann mailer.co. This is awesome. I like Laravel very well. Cool. And then if I submit this, if I come back to my PHP admin, I refresh. So you see, every time that we submit that data, it creates a new record. In a summary, I'm going to take it again for just a context to help. Each time you want to create a new record into your database, you have to first of all create the object of the model. So this means that we want to interact with the inquiries table, and for us to interact with the inquiries table, we are going to use the inquiry model. So we create a new object from the inquiry model. Now, for each of the object, there's a property name. So this is like the inquiries table field name, inquiries table field email, inquiries table field message. So for inquiries table name, field name, give it the value this. For inquiries table field email, give it the value this. For inquiries table message, give it the value this. And finally, execute or run that command or run that SQL or insert that data into the database by using the inquiry save. And then after you're done with that, redirect me back to where I am coming from. So there's a redirect helper back. So it's redirecting you back to where you're coming from. And once you have that, you've been able to insert data into your database without writing SQL queries, just by using Eloquent models.